Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply and Goel TMT.
Good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, last year on this date, at 4 p.m. on the 8th of October 2020, the entire Lutyens media surrounded my residence. It was a well-planned operation by the Lutyens media. 1.5 hours later, their best buddy, Parambir Singh, and his right-hand man, Sachin Waze, exactly 1 year back, walked into an emergency press conference. Parambir and Waze pointed fingers and declared me a cheat. And the Lutyens media cheered him so loudly, that it was truly embarrassing. For 1 year, we have fought them all. It has been the battle of our life. And this afternoon, I told my dearest colleagues across the Republic Network, established firmly beyond doubt as India's #1 news network today, as we together cut a cake in our sacred newsroom, that it has been my greatest honor fighting alongside them this good battle. And tonight I am here before you, 1 year into this battle, and still fighting, determined as ever to challenge and relentlessly challenge the conspirators. I'm here to tell you that your network built out of hard work and the sweat of India's most independent journalists and the faith of 1 billion+ nationalists, that we are here even more committed, even more strong, and even more determined to serve you and our nation. And there's one more thing I want to say. The Lutyens media should be very careful now, because one day I will reveal the names of these Lutyens media conspirators, the compromised people in the media who orchestrated this. In fact, I believe that the way karma follows people, perhaps their names will be out even before I name them one by one. But tonight, I just want to say to you, thank you. We are here unbroken, unbent, and proud to be in your service and in the service of our great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 year since the fake case was concocted against Republic. Yes, we are completely victorious, and more victories coming. The conspirators are cornered, more will be cornered. That's debate #1. Debate #2 tonight. Is it counterproductive to pressurize and target the Narcotics Control Bureau? Isn't our ultimate aim a drug-free India? That's debate #2. And debate #3, the depreciating Pakistani rupee. I'm told it's going to hit 200 rupees. That's Pakistani rupees soon. There's no saving them. That's debate #3. And here are the headlines this Friday evening on the debate tonight. 365 days after Parambir's fakery, the tainted cop is on the run. Waze is in jail. This is the biggest turnaround in media history. Yes, it's true. Republic faced the most intense attack on media since independence. The Lutyens conspirators will have reasons to hide tonight. And in these turbulent times, there's only been one constant, and that is you, viewers. Thank you for your unwavering support. Accused of drug consumption, narcotics charges, court rejects the bail of Shah Rukh Khan's son. He's spending the night in another jail. 68 years later, history is made. The Maharaja returns to the Tatas. The Tata Group gets Air India with a winning bid of 18,000 crore rupees. And there's no saving Pakistan now. Their rupee has touched 170 per dollar. The country is in meltdown mode. And ladies and gentlemen, how 1 year passes. So much happens in 1 year. So many things change. Exactly 1 year back, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, around 4:30, on the 8th of October 2020, two men came out. One, Parambir Singh. Second, Sachin Waze. They had fiction in their hands and they set out to script what they thought would be the tale of the destruction of Republic. They thought so because they had the entire media cheering them. It was a conspiracy with the media. They fabricated a fake case on us. They framed us with false charges. They said Arnab Goswami is a cheat. They summoned us. They picked up a case, a law from 1922, planted it on us. They filed FIRs against every employee of the Republic Media Network, virtually. They said, we want access to your newsroom. They said, we will have access and even determine and look into your editorial policy. They put my colleagues in jail for months on end. They tortured my colleagues and whipped them with chakki belts, which have metal strips, corrugated metal strips on them. They asked for all our accounts and we gave them absolutely everything. And they said they were doing this because they were the good ones and we were the scamsters. They, ladies and gentlemen, Sachin Waze and Parambir Singh, were the good ones, and Republic were the bad ones. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened after that was incredible. It has come to my notice now that this was actually a massive corporate conspiracy as well. The anti-Republic media sniffed a great business opportunity to further their corporate agenda, and they amplified and made Sachin Waze and Parambir a hero. 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, today Sachin Waze is in jail. Parambir, I'm told, has fled India. And the Republic Media Network has become much, much stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing of what would have happened. People say this is a turnaround, this is karma. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But I just wanted to start my program tonight by telling you that nothing would have been possible without you. When everyone turned against us, when every powerful quarter either looked away or targeted us, only and only you stood with us. In fact, you were unwavering in your support at every single moment. Here is the story of the last 365 days. And then tonight we debate.
It has been 365 days of punching the truth in the face of the conspirators.
एक नया रैकेट जो कि मुंबई पुलिस के हमारी क्राइम ब्रांच के हाथ लगा है, ये रैकेट है फॉल्स टीआरपी का। जितनी अभी तक हमने इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया है, सबसे बड़ा नाम है रिपब्लिक टेलीविजन का।
The desperate corporate agenda of the Lutyens media has now been smashed into a stony silence. Those with a corporate agenda couldn't tolerate how Republic Media Network became number one. The truth has emerged as a tsunami over the past 1 year.
सचिन वाजे जहां पर तलोजा जेल में पहुंच चुके हैं, देखिए ये तलोजा जेल में जहां पर सचिन वाजे मौजूद है।
परमवीर सिंह जी घर पे हैं वो? कब आएंगे? पता नहीं।
Tsunami of truth has been unleashed, because today the revelations and evidence that I have with me have far-reaching implications for the Republic Media Network. This is the worst ever misuse and abuse of public office to fix, frame and crush independent media in this country, M.R. Venkatesh.
With absolutely no communication from Parambir's side, Maharashtra government now suspects that the former Mumbai police commissioner could have escaped in the last few weeks. In fact, the Maharashtra government has now decided that they would be officially writing to the centre seeking their assistance to locate Parambir Singh.
The vindication comes after over 160 hours of interrogation of our Team Republic. It comes after they booked our entire Republic team. After arrests were made without any arrest memos.
Get out of this. Get out of this. Get out of this.
Cooperating, sir.
Get out of
I'm
this.
merely asking you. He has been cooperating.
Get out of this.
Republic complied with every summons because of its unshakable belief in the truth.
I've been a crime reporter for over 10 years. I've not seen this. It's very unfortunate. And before I enter, I would just like to say, मुंबई माझी कर्मभूमी आहे. मी विनंती करतो, जे माझे विषय अन्याय घडले त्यासाठी एकत्र लढावे.
We stood with the truth during every wrongful arrest. We did not compromise when our senior employee Ghansham was tortured.
जो 27 दिन मैंने जेल में था, उसमें ये दृढ़ निश्चय हो गया कि हम सच के लिए लड़ रहे हैं और सच्चाई की जीत होगी, और आज भी सच्चाई की जीत हुई और सच्चाई की जीत होगी.
There is no other news network which has been as transparent in the face of it.
I stand before you with my book of accounts. I want justice in this country.
When Parambir was giving fellow architect of the fake TRP case awards, your support remained uncompromised. You hit the streets for all over the world. You prayed for us, you fought by our side.
Republic's victory is our victory.
This support is as loud and strong today as it was 365 days ago.
We are from Chandigarh and we had been watching your channel Poochta Hai Bharat, and we are proud of you. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
This is what I call karma hitting back big time. More power to you all at Republic TV, and more strength to my hero, Arnab Goswami.
A journalist-led news network built brick by brick with a nationalist mission to put India first was targeted exactly a year ago. But today, those at the helm of the witch hunt are behind bars. They are on the run. The conspiracies have crumbled, and the anti-Republic media has gone silent. These 365 days tell the truth of our collective victory. They tell the story of our fight for the truth. They tell a story of growth, and they are a symbol of what Republic is truly made of. Let's debate.
And 1 year passes very quickly, doesn't it, General Bakshi? So much has happened in the last 1 year. What do you ascribe to it? What, in your view, is the lesson of the last 1 year? General Bakshi, to start with, welcoming also Adwaita, Ratan Sharda, Sohail, Professor Kapil Kumar, Sandeep Ghosh and Kapil Singla. General Bakshi, to you first.
You know, Arnab, when we were in the National Defence Academy, we would start the day with a prayer. And you know what were the words of that prayer? Oh God, help us to choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. Help us to choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. It is so easy to fall in line when there are tyrants around. It's so easy to fall in line when there are those who would weaponize the law and use it against you. Those who would throttle our right to free speech. Arnab, a country can be only as free as its press and its judiciary is. These are the two watchdogs of our liberty. If they fall, we will be a banana republic. We would be the victims of baby dogs like the ones that ran amok in Haiti. What has stood between that evil fate, what has stood between emergency 2.0 and a free India, a resplendent democracy, is the courage. The courage not just under fire, but of a different kind of fire. The courage of journalists, the courage of an institution, and the courage of a team that held together under so much threat and pressure,
That's the
under
point.
so much of emotional blackmail and physical torture. Kudos to you. Kudos to your team that held strong. I have rarely seen people outside the armed forces, organizations, cohere together like this in the face of such a vicious, concerted assault. But today, where are those people, Arnab? That is the lesson for our children and grandchildren.
Jail Bakshi.
They have fled.
Jail
They are
Bakshi.
behind the bars.
Jail Bakshi, I was too young, I don't remember the emergency. I was too young, I don't remember the emergency. But I hear Ratan Sharda, Advaita, Kapil Kumar. I hear that in 1975, the Indian Express was targeted during the emergency, and I have tremendous respect for what they did then. But I've been reading about then, and I have experienced now. And the fact is this: the Indian Express did not go through a fraction of what we have been through, Ratan Sharda. I have to say it myself because the rest of the media doesn't have the guts to say it. The Indian Express went through tremendous hardship when their power was cut to their Delhi's Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg office to stop their publication. And that becomes the stuff of legend, that the Indian Express office, the power was cut. It's a big, big, big story that Ratan Sharda is told to the day. They say Kuldeep Nair, who I respected tremendously, was arrested at midnight. Right? I respect that greatly. But I still say, Ratan Sharda, the Indian Express did not go through 1% of what Republic was made to go through. And till today, they talk about what the Indian Express went through. It becomes the stuff of journalistic legend. I ask you, did the Indian Express personnel go through custodial torture like my colleague did? Did the Indian Express editors have to pull out their hands and then get beaten with chucky belts, with corrugated metal on them? Were they beaten? Were they beaten and beaten and beaten? And yet they say, no, Indian Express went through a lot of hardship. Yes, the Indian Express went through a lot of hardship. I respect them. But let me ask you this. Parambir Singh said, I want to enter your newsroom. Parambir Singh said, I want access to your newsroom software. Parambir Singh said, I want the codes that your journalists use so I can find out what stories you're going to be doing. So I'm forced to make this comparison, Ratan Sharda. That was 1975. We say the country should change for the better. This is 2021.
Arnab, there is a big difference between what happens now and what happened at that time. First difference is that it was a blanket dictatorship across India. Thousands of people were victimized. Thousands of them were jailed. I was part of those people who were jailed. But the attack on Indian Express at that time was big because it was only part of the entire oppressive fascist regime. It was not targeted only at Indian Express. They were made an example. The press was sealed. The owner was harassed. Their editor edited, but nowhere nobody had to face like your entire staff of 1,000 people getting charge sheeted, being arrested, put to inquiry for hours together, and persecuted, attacked in every possible way. And why it is more serious? Because it happened when we are supposed to be living in a democracy, in a free world, where everybody has freedom of expression. It is not emergency, it is not fascist dictatorship. It is supposed to be very benign democratic state, where the government of the time in Maharashtra said that we are the best government possible at that time. This kind of attack happened, and it happened on a very flimsy ground. It was a ground which was clearly wrong, because we know what BRC report said, we know what the complaint of the BRC said. Despite this, you have made an example as per the predetermined plan. It had nothing to do with one broadcast or second broadcast. If you remember, you were the target right from the 2019 elections, and that is how it became. And to arrest journalists, to charge it every single employee, nearly every employee of a publication is something phenomenal, never happened. And you talked of media, they should remember that politicians are nobody's friends. They try to use the government to fight the business battle. And what stops other opposition parties for making the similar victimization of other channels? They opened a floodgate. They have created a Frankenstein monster. They have seen how you could be harassed and nearly close your channel, but they don't know what happens to them if something similar is done by another government, and that is why they're making huge mistake. I think as a time and again, it's time for them to make amends, agree they made a mistake, and they should go back and see to it that you fight the battle fair and square with better content, with better ideas, rather than trying to victimize your competition, which is the worst kind of thing that can happen. It can happen only in Communist Party governments, and it can happen in emergency. It should not have happened. It should never happen in a supposedly democratic government. And I fear that this example, what Parambir Singh did, what Waze did, their home minister is hiding. Their commissioner is hiding.
It was the most repugnant part of all this, Ratan Sharda. The most repugnant part, Sohail, the most unacceptable part, the most reprehensible part, the most difficult part to swallow, Sohail, is that the media was a conspirator. The biggest problem I have is you don't like my line. You don't like the fact that I wear my nationalism in my heart, that it is in my heart. I speak, I am proud of it. You don't like my editorial line, but do you have to collude with a Parambir and Waze and go down to this level? I think that is the bigger point. This was a case of collusion. The difference between what happened in 75 with the Indian Express and the Indira Gandhi government was that it was just a government versus a media organization. Yes, they cut off the lights of that organization, but let me tell you,
Arnab, it was all India oppression. It was not
it
one
was.
particular area.
It was.
It was. The policy of the government.
But it was. But the bottom line is, the difference here is that the media was part of the conspiracy. And the worst part is, Sohail, that till today, that media is free. That media has not been questioned. That media feels that by blacking out the reality, they will get away with it. Sohail.
So here's where I slightly disagree with good old Ratan Sharda. The emergency was ideological. The action against you was resembling some kind of vendetta laced with envy. The difference between 1975 and 2020 was that in 1975, the entire media stood together because the media was fighting an ideology that was being heaped upon them. In your case, they didn't want to stand with you, and they were part of the problem. You talk about collusion, I'm going to go one step forward. Parambir Singh and Waze not only brought disrepute to their uniform, they also shamed, to my mind, Mumbai police. But what was even more shameful was the manner in which Lutyens' media and many sections of Lutyens' media continued to align with them, continued to perpetrate the lie, continued to target you. And let me tell you, people target people for two reasons. One is when they hate your ideology, and the second is when they hate your success. In your case, they hated both. They were afraid of someone who was willing to wear his nationalism on his sleeve. They were equally jealous and envious of the rapid progress that the Republic Network had made. So what you had a division in the media, and 89 or 90% of that media was on the wrong side of truth. Arnab, you know what's actually happened?
Yeah.
Ratan alluded to that.
Say it.
What you've actually done is you've created hope, not only for honorable, honest media, but also for honorable, honest Indians. That no matter what might happen, you might be targeted today, you might be sent to prison, you might be treated unfairly, but when the love, the confidence, and the trust of your viewers and your clients, of your advertisers and your colleagues remains with you, there is very little damage that scoundrels like Parambir Singh and Sachin Waze can do to you. So take solace in the fact that today you are India's #1 network.
Yep.
Take solace in the fact that your colleagues stand by you. Take solace in the fact that all of us here today on your panel and people who keep coming on and off your panels respect the fact that you have stayed the course. I may disagree with you, but I have no business to be disagreeable. You know what Khushro Irani said during the emergency? The man who was at the helm of the Statesman? He said the press in India is as free as it chooses to be. In October and November 2020, most of the Indian media shackled themselves. They chained themselves to hypocrisy, they chained themselves to lies, and they chained themselves to envy. Those chains will leave marks way beyond what you and I can imagine. And that's my belief. No matter what you say, the truth prevails. We are the land of Mahatma Gandhi. We are the land where we believe that karma, but I'm a great believer that karma will bite you in this lifetime as it has bitten people who have fled or people who are in prison. Take solace in that. And more power to you, more power to people like you.
Thank you, my friend.
More power to your colleagues.
Thank you.
And most power to your families. Because your family stood by you. They went through the grinder. They went through the trouble and the torment and the torture. And I think that's important. Today, Republic is like the Republic of India. Resilient, no matter what. With fortitude, no matter when. And with courage, no matter where. And I think that's important. More power to you guys.
Thank you, Sohail. You know, Nopur joins the panel tonight. This happened this morning, Sandeep. Professor Kumar, I was taking a flight, as usual, going through the airport, security passed it. I was walking from security towards the flight. Number of people came to me, and I'd forgotten the date. Sandeep. You know, Professor Kumar, people came up to me and said, "We like your channel, we are watching you, and congratulations." So I said, "What happened?" And they said, "Don't you forget the date today?" I said, "What?" It says the 8th of October. I said, "So what happened?" They said, "On the 8th of October, 4:30 p.m., fellow travelers told me, Parambir Singh and Sachin Waze and the media tried to fix you." You know, it's remarkable at moments like this, Professor Kumar, people come back and tell you that, "Oh, never forget, never forget." They say, "Never forgive, never forget." I can certainly never forget. And it's been happening last few days, actually. I've been taking a lot of flights. Wherever I go, people remind, they said, "Don't forgive, don't forget." I said, the people will not forgive. 365 days ago, they tried to suppress us, Professor Kumar, to oppress us. More than anything else, they tried to instill fear in us, to get us to bend and break us. But we did not, because we had the ultimate armor. We had the truth on our side. And today, therefore, it is a story of contrast, Professor Kumar. There was one 8th October when they wanted to fix us. And today is the 8th of October when we have defeated them. I'm going to open up to calls. Professor Kumar, what are your thoughts? You're a veteran journalist.
Arnab, I'll start with 2 lines in Hindi.
जी सर.
वो जो लूटने चला था रिपब्लिक को, वो जो लूटने चला था रिपब्लिक को, लुटियन मीडिया आज सारे बाजार में खुद लुट गया है. सारे बाजार में खुद लुट गया है. और जब हुआ शंखनाद राष्ट्रवाद का, तो इन लुटियन वालों का दम घुट गया है. Let me tell you, that time only, if you will recall the recordings and debates, we had clearly said General Bakshi is there, RSN Singh, Pushpinder Singh, so many others, you know, even Nooparji and many others, we were all saying that this Paramveer is not only an agent of these political criminals and Lutian media, but he is a foreign agent. But let me tell you, you were a voice of nationalism. Republic is a voice of nationalism, and it is nationalism which has won. And nationalism stands behind you today. And all these conspiracies which are there, someone was making comparisons with emergency and all. As a historian, I can say that what your media channel has faced, the kind of brutalities, cite me a single example in the world history of media where any channel has faced like this. Any channel in the world.
Nowhere in the world is this.
Not even during the fascist regimes.
Nowhere in the world.
Nowhere. This kind of brutality has been carried out on a media channel.
Nowhere.
And those people, only their being ashamed won't go it. I'll tell you, everyone, because the people are wise today, people's voice can't be killed. And I tell you, everyone will pay the price, as someone said just now, that the karma in this life only, the karma which they have done, this dushkarma which they have done, they will face that dushkarma in this life only.
Yeah, but Arnab,
Nupur,
if I could come in.
Nupur,
Yeah.
yes, just one point. I just want to keep making the point today, and the reason I'm underscoring this is because there's genuine worry in my mind, and there should be genuine worry in everyone's mind today, that if the worst ever case of persecution, as I'm not saying, everyone on the panel is saying, Nupur, Suhail is saying, others, what has happened to the Republic Media Network in India is being seen to be one of the worst ever cases against any news media organization anywhere in the world. And Nupur, we pride ourselves for being a democracy where we have a free press. Now imagine a news network is dragged through the mud, members of the network are jailed and beaten and tortured openly, and then a man who fabricates the whole case, Sachin Waze, in a documented testimony, comes and actually goes on record to say that this was a gigantic conspiracy to fix Republic. Anywhere else in the world, Nupur, if it had come out that yes, this was a conspiracy, and if the conspirator starts confessing, the entire country's media would have been the most important subject of national debate.
No, but Arnab, you failed to realize that
Yes.
the media itself was conspiring.
Yes.
You are assuming that the media is going to stand in solidarity and that the media should come forward and voice their concerns as far as this conspiracy between the state machinery and the politicians, and God alone knows which other organization is concerned. But you forget to mention that media was an equal participant in the entire conspiracy. We tend to have a very short memory as far as the media is concerned or the people of the nation is concerned. So I would just like to remind everybody that the complaint actually mentioned a different channel. Now, Arnab is not probably at a liberty to mention the channel, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. The complaint mentioned India Today. Nowhere in the complaint, in the TRP scam, was Republic mentioned. However, 2 days later, when a press conference was held, Paramveer Singh came on television in front of national media and said that they had evidence against Republic. Op India itself, we had this tape of a witness who said that he was being coerced to name Republic, whereas he wanted to name other channels who were paying him to watch their channel and increase their TRP. And we submitted that tape to the CBI as well. So I would like to remind everybody where this started. It started with another channel indulging in TRP manipulation, allegedly, and Republic being named with no evidence whatsoever. Now, we expect the media to stand against this persecution, but the fact remains that the media was an equal participant. There were stories about Arnab's shoes and how others were meant to fill it and they don't want to fill it, and all of this Sas Bahu drama that played out on news channels, where we forgot that the media is supposed to tell the people what really is going on with their nation. And the media is no longer the pillar of democracy that we thought it was. It is a co-conspirator, and it's got its hands in the jar with dirty politicians and dirty cops like Parambir Singh and Sachin Vaze. Sachin Vaze, by the way, who is still now he's charge sheeted for murder in a different case, but he was also co-accused in a different murder case 18 years ago.
Yeah.
He was a part of Shiv Sena before he was reinstated in the police force.
Yeah.
So I know we all expect the media to come and stand in solidarity, but I think what we need to remember is that the media was a co-conspirator.
Yeah.
Every single day, there were planted stories in certain newspapers which spoke about the evidence that the Mumbai police had against Arnab. Nothing came out, and they resorted to a shameless slander campaign because they had absolutely no evidence to implicate either Republic or Arnab or anybody else. He was dragged from his home. He was arrested in a case that was politically, restarted because they could not find any evidence in the TRP case to implicate him. Even then, he was unscathed, and his reputation survived the malicious campaign that was run by politicians, by the media, and by dirty cops like Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh. So I think while we all stand in solidarity with Arnab, and while we understand that this shameless witch hunt that was unleashed should be an indictment of the corruption and the nexus between the administration, the politicians, and the media, what we have really realized is that there is no third pillar of democracy. The media is compromised, and the media is never going to stand for the truth as far as those who are paying for their expensive wine and dinners are the one calling their shots.
Well, Nupur, I thank you for saying that, and it gives me great pride, personal pride, to say that I too stand completely in solidarity with you. And I can only add one thing here, that we know what Nupur has been made to go through, what her organization has been made to go through, and what her family has been made to go through, and the way she has been personally targeted. And it is remarkable that when state governments, individuals, police officers decide to go, Adwaita, against certain media houses because they disagree with their journalism, the rest of the media stands, Adwaita, and says, thank you for doing this for us. We wish we could have fixed Republic on our own, but let's join hands. We help you, you help us. It's been, that concoction is true. It is scandalous. I don't expect anything personally, Adwaita, from the rest of the media. But it is scandalous what they are doing. Yeah. It was fixing, I'd say one thing, Adwaita, this section of the media have become a bunch of fixers. And they want to fix fellow persons in the media. They are nothing but a bunch of fixers. Yes, Adwaita.
Have you forgotten the Radia tapes?
You know, Arnab, when you were taken away to jail, I was struck. And, right. You know, Arnab, when you were taken away to jail, and I was moved enough because I, of course, like the rest of the country, saw the visuals. What struck me intensely was that your son had to witness something like this done to his father. And it just moved me tremendously because I've seen your journey now for, I think, close to a decade. And how, a lot of times people view you as the big success that you are today. And certainly you are the most impactful journalist in the country. Needless to mention, the most famous. But they forget how long this journey to where you're at today has been, and the kind of struggle and discrimination that has been a part of that journey. And I really wanted to write about this. And certainly, I've been writing columns for a good many years now. I appear on television debates very often. I've written a book that sold over 250,000 copies. I'm qualified to write a column. But Arnab, I'll tell you, I did not find space to write a column about this. And that was for me so shocking, because this was a matter of press freedom. Whether someone liked you, your ideology, envied your success, thought you deserved it, didn't think you deserved it, whatever be those matters, this was the principle of press freedom and the absolute disregard for it. And there was no space. I had to eventually call in a favor, and a niche mainstream publication published the article. So this was the extent to which there was almost an embargo. You know, you could not embargo, it was an embargo of sorts. You could not write something that was favorable for you at that time. And this is not what happens with other journalists. So I think we need to recognize the fact that this was definitely pointing to a conspiracy, to a fact that any voice that wanted to speak even in your defense was either going to be marginalized or silenced. And that is exactly what happened. So I do agree. I think it was very well coordinated. And I feel that it was a wake-up call for all people who are nationalists in the media, in the entertainment industry, across the board, where we are a minority. And let's be clear about that. And this can happen to anybody. Happening to you was a message to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of callers this evening. Sandeep, I want to go to you first. Sandeep, the point is, people say it was abuse of power by those in uniform. But I think it was the greatest abuse of power by the media itself, because the media was part of this. It's not been really highlighted, and most unfortunately, there is an attempt by the media to escape the responsibility of what they did.
Arnab, I've written before, all this embargoes has been, which Advaita is talking about. I don't want to go back to those articles which I've written about you. I call you the Narendra Modi of media. You're an outsider. Okay, and that's the whole problem, that you're not part of Lutens, you're not part of that elite clique. And so therefore you attract that kind of, opposition, or that kind of, what I call the PhD syndrome. PhD stands for pull him down syndrome. Okay, and that's what people are really after you. I want to bring in a slightly different perspective, Arnab, wearing a previous avatar, which I had, of being a media buyer for over 40 years, or almost 40 years before television came into being. Some of your viewers may not have been born there. Two factors over there. We say in marketing, and Suhail will agree, the consumer is not a fool. It's the consumer, she knows the best. And here your consumers are twofold. One is your viewers. Second are your media buyers or your clients. And both these set of people are not fools, because they know exactly how to validate whatever claims people make. Today, I live in the south of India, okay, in Tamil Nadu, and I'm surprised by the number of people whom, when I encounter, they say we are avid watchers of Republic. And we are fans of, I least expected that you would have fans in the Nilgiris, and or people coming from Chennai, or I have friends in Baroda who are, people who are not very political, but there are people who do. So one part is that. Second part is when you talk about consumers of your clients, clients have a way of validating any TRP claim. Nobody takes at face value. Before television came in, as I was telling you, you were young and many of your viewers may not have been born. When we used to have cinema, there used to be, like TRP, there used to be a blitz, people who used to give the ratings of movies. At a company I was working, we never took the blitz rating correctly. We sent our salesmen, that was an incentive for them to go and watch a movie on the weekends with their family, and send us a postcard whether the ad was being played there or not. And subsequently, even when Doordarshan came, and that was replicated. And finally, it's today. So anybody who advertises in your channel are not just, they are not fools who are spending crores of rupees to buy advertisement. No. They have their own ways of validating. But what we have really come to today, unfortunately, is this whole cancel culture. You don't like anybody, as Advaita was saying, somebody wants to write about it, you don't let them write. Somebody wants to advertise, they don't want to. I will tell you from personal experience, I don't want to get very specific. I people tried to pinpoint at me when I was buying news time, airtime in Republic, to say that, oh, this guy is a Sanghi. And that's why he's, buying news time and airtime in Republic, and whereas he should not do. So people tried to malign that kind of information to my bosses and to my promoters to say, and I stood my ground. I said, no,
it's very.
I buy that. And one last point, Arna, before I leave the thing, our so-called quote unquote independent and liberal media keep on talking about the alleged control over media by the central government, by the Modi government, but nobody is talking about what is happening at the state levels. And it's not just one state.
Yeah, that is a point. It seemed to be, and that's what I alluded to when I said I know what Nupur went through. It is seen to be justified. So I want to conclude with Kapil. Kapil, such serious observations of the Supreme Court about the weaponization of the criminal justice system, such serious observations of the abuse of power by the Supreme Court, in my case and several cases after that, but it appears that part is seen to be disregarded, because as long as you feel that the action is against your people, against whom you have a corporate, ideological or political agenda, it's justified. So you end up encouraging people like Parambir and Waze in the process.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Goswami, and your judgment is one of the landmark judgments that we refer quite often. But may I say this, when you were arrested on your channel and some other channels, I said this. I said that, I may not agree with you in every matter, but I will always respect you because you're a nationalist. And I did draw some flack, and there were a lot of these Twitter comments, but I still stand by it, that I'm proud of the fact that you're a nationalist. And I say this when I read Twitter today, that, there are comments about you saying that 1 year back, the mercenaries of the state government sought to stifle the truth, stifle the media, try to destroy independent news, shut down fair reporting and reporters who ask the right questions. This is all on Twitter. And today, I'm very proud to say this, that today, those very people who probably dug a hole for you realize that that hole is their own grave. Now, Waze is in jail, Parambir is on the run, politicians are hiding, and you stand tall, you stand proud, you stand unbent, and you stand invictus. You're the master of your faith, you're the captain of your soul, and you're standing proud, and that is what makes me very, very proud, that the independent media cannot be stifled, because crores and crores of people are with you, and they're listening to you, and they're standing with you, and they were standing with you when you were in custody, and the Honorable Supreme Court came and protected you. And so all of that makes me extremely proud. And here is a case where 1 year down the line, as somebody rightly said, Mr. Sohail really put it in perspective, that karma sets things right, that Waze has disclosed that Deshmukh had asked him to create false cases against you, create a false narrative against you. Parambir has disclosed that Deshmukh had asked Waze to extort 100 crore per month. And Deshmukh has threatened 100 crore defamation against Parambir.
Absolutely, so and every bit of this will be before the courts, and I am 100% sure that's where we are going to get our final vindication.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, many things change, but one thing doesn't. The Republic team becomes stronger and stronger. Over the last 1 year, I'm proud to share some things with you tonight. We have brought on board 400 new journalists into the Republic team. At a time when media organizations have been slowing down their operations and shedding staff, I'm delighted to share with you that our employee base has grown by almost 40%. Ladies and gentlemen, our viewership has grown between 10 to 15 crores, that's 100 to 150 million more Indians are watching us than the night, than the afternoon when Parambir conspired against us. and the truth is beginning to come out. So, Nupur, my friend out there, I know what troubles you are facing. If you're with the truth, we will grow. The people are with us. And thank you for remaining steadfast with us. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, on the other side, just want to say one thing. Everyone's saying star son, star son. The issue is not about a star son. The drug menace is not about a star son. It's much bigger than that on the other side.